everybody. It's Misha Blunt with the Business Development Department of the Better Business Bureau, serving Atlanta, Athens, and Northeast Georgia. And today, as a part of our ongoing series of our Value of Accreditation, we are doing a Juneteenth edition of this series. And so we are interviewing a locally accredited business, Kreative Learning Resource Center. Two of our owners are here, Keyana Jaji and Latasha Demps. Hi, ladies. How are you?
Hello. We're fine. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for allowing us to interview you for our Juneteenth edition. We really appreciate it. So I have a couple of questions. Tell me about Kreative Learning Resource Center.
So Kreative Learning Resource Center was, we created Kreative Learning Resource Center back in 2009. And so it is a learning center where we specialize in tutoring students in grades K through 12, as well as adult learners. We specialize in basically an emphasis on reading and mathematics. And we also have summer camp, and we work with our parents in the areas of literacy and mathematics. So we offer workshops. Learning workshops for our parents as well, so that they can help their students.
So tell me, what inspired you to start your business?
What inspired us was our passion, Ms. Demps, and my passion for teaching and learning. And so we also saw that there was a need in the community for affordable tutoring for our students. And so, you know, we brainstormed ideas, worked really hard, and that's kind of how it was created. We wanted something that was in the center, nestled near schools, but also we wanted to serve the community, and we knew that it was a need for the community as well.
Definitely a need for it, still a need for it. I think there always will be, absolutely. So tell me about a little bit of the products and services that you offer.
We offer pre-K readiness, so that's for our pre-K students that are just learning how to, learning how to read the phonics. We offer kindergarten through elementary. And then, so we have our elementary, and then we have middle school support as well as high school support.
Why do you feel trust is so important in your industry?
I think that in the world we live in, a lot of things go on. And when parents send their kids to school, they really don't have an option of, who your child's teacher going to be or what have you. But when it comes to tutoring, parents have choices. And you have to be very comfortable enough to send your child and trust that the people you're giving your child to for this hour or 2 hours has the best interest of your child at heart. And building relationships with the parents is most important to us, as well as with the students. We're educators. We have no problem building rapport with students. This is what we do. It's what we've called to do. But building that relationship with parents, I think, is where we excel.
You've been accredited since 2013 with the Better Business Bureau. Do you remember why you chose to become accredited?
It gives you a bit of, both back to the trust factor for parents. Then when you're looking for something or someone, a business you can trust, we use the BBB to make sure everything is legit, everything is good. So I think being accredited is one of the first things we're like, we need to do this. It helps the business, so people they see the little sign on the window, oh, they're with the BBB, they're trustworthy, yay. Come in. So that was part of it. The part of it was exposure, because like I said, people actually do go through the BBB and look for businesses that they may need.
What do you feel is the significance of BBB accreditation, just to piggyback off of that question?
I think it just represents our core beliefs in running a business. We believe in transparency, we believe in honesty. You can't build relationships with people without that at the center of your business.
So we're going to get a little bit into our Juneteenth edition. Could you tell us a little bit about Juneteenth and why we celebrate it?
Okay, so let's be completely transparent. It wasn't until some years ago that I actually learned myself what Juneteenth was. When we came to school, they didn't teach us about Juneteenth. We learned about the Emancipation Proclamation, we learned about slavery, but we never were taught Juneteenth. And even today, it's not taught in schools. So the story doesn't stop with Abraham Lincoln and the Emancipation Proclamation. I was totally shocked when I found out it was a whole 2 years later that people in Texas were still being slaves. They had no idea. Hey, y'all are free. I don't know why it took them 2 years to do it when, even horse and carriage should have got there faster. But when they found out that we've been living in the lifestyle that we didn't have to live in, and now I know, hey, I'm free, they started to celebrate. And I think that's the essence of Juneteenth. Is important because even in today's society, we recognize that we don't have to live beneath our rights and our privileges. How we can celebrate us, let's celebrate us. So the excitement of being free, starting a new life, all that newness that comes with a new season, a new day for them. I think it's exciting, and it's important that we teach our kids, because the school system's not going to teach them. It's not in our history books. So it's parents and neighbors and friends to let them know this is what we're doing. So I'm glad now, even in 2021, to see more about it coming out, more celebrations, more people posting. Social media is a trip, but they're putting all this stuff out now about Juneteenth. So the word is getting out, and I'm really excited about it. So a lot of people really, I'm talking about adults I talked to this week, had no idea. I posted on my Facebook page, what do you know about Juneteenth? And I was amazed, like a lot of people, I'm like, oh, wow, y'all really didn't know either, huh? So let me help y'all out. So I think it's an important thing for everybody to do.
Absolutely. We're forever learning. And I agree with you. We did not learn that growing up in school. Absolutely. And I mean, I know when those slaves were freed, they probably had to start their own business. Why do you feel it's important to support locally owned businesses?
It helps strengthen the economy. It creates jobs. It's, you think about, you hear a lot of people say shop locally. It just really, it improves your community. But the big piece is just the creating the jobs. And as you could tell now, as we are still kind of living in a pandemic where there are a lot of jobs available, people need people to work. And so shopping locally is important because it just brings those dollars back into our local community.
Absolutely. Why do you feel it's important to support Black-owned businesses?
Listen, I think for a long time, we've been pushed so far to the back that when we see one of our own doing something, it's important to push them to the forefront. And, I have this conversation a lot with people, being a Black-owned business and having a family that's into entrepreneurship and listening to people talk. I'm like, you can't treat Black businesses, the mom and pop restaurant, like you do Red Lobster. They're different. You can't expect to do the same pricing because it's different for us. We do we do harder work. A lot of times we pay more money, we put out more effort. So our prices may not compare to the people that are doing mass production. But if we stick together and support one another, we can all make a dollar. And I think it's just that, and same time, it's so many, I'm really happy that it's so many Black businesses out there. I'm like, wow, I didn't know we did that. Oh, wow, I didn't know we did that. And it's amazing to find out that it's so much out there that we can do. And here's the best thing about it. You don't have to have a college degree to be a Black business owner. And a lot of our people may not have a college degree, but that doesn't stop them from having skill sets that they can maximize and put into work. So I think that's why we should definitely put all we can into Black businesses.
Absolutely, and the continuous growth of our community. So that's awesome. What do you feel is your most memorable experience with creative learning?
Memorable experience, that's any type of testimony from our parents. And we receive a lot of testimonies from our parents regarding the growth of their students. regarding, it could be, even if it's not academic success, it could be success where they are now, or once they didn't want to go to school, now that they're motivated and they enjoy learning. So any type of where it's conversations regarding the growth of a child, that's always memorable for us at Creative Learning Resource Center.
One of the things we did that was really, that ties into the BBB is one of our summer camps one year, we did a geek squad with our kids, which was generally greatly energized entrepreneuring kids. And we took the kids through a week-long process of what it's like to come up with a business idea, what it's like to make a business plan. And they had the opportunity to create their own business. And at the end of the weeks of sessions, they produced their product and we sold them outside on the sidewalk of the business. So people were able to come and buy their little products. So they got a taste of what it's like to be an entrepreneur. And they had to talk about, do people need your services? What are you going to give to people? They had to come up with their pricing. So that was really cool to see. They came up with some really good ideas. I really enjoyed that.
And these kids are creative.
They are creative.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. What lesson have you learned in your journey as an entrepreneur?
Lesson learned is to never give up, you know, and surrounding yourself with people who can uplift you, you know, because sometimes you may be a little weary, you know, and just, you know, the journey, but just making sure it's being consistent is also something, always being consistent, you know, and maintaining that sense of I can do it, you know, that is something that it has always stuck with me. Just always being consistent, never giving up, working hard, because sometimes, you know, things may not go the way you want it to go, but just maintaining that faith and being consistent, it pays off.
That's right. We fall down, but you got to get
That's
back
right.
up.
That's right.
Awesome. Keyana, Mrs. Demps, it was great talking to you. If you want to find their center, you know where to find them. You can also visit bbb.org, give us a call or go online. Thanks. Bye, everybody.
Good.